Another HD video. A little bit of, I don't know, woods. Yeah, it's the tree I'm sitting on. It's a very nice tree. Yep, dead tree, of course, and such no longer growing anyway. Most trees are dead anyway, right? Mostly dead. Maybe a little deer or something will come by, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, a video. So there's a couple of things I thought of related to this whole determinism thing and particle physics and blah blah blah. I did recall back in grammar school, little cloud chambers. You know, we had this little, I don't know, these little cardboard things, and you put dry ice in them, and then you put a little bit of a radioactive isotope in there, and you got these little, you know, like little electrons would fly off, or you know, whatever, and get sort of absorbed, and they would spiral to their death, you know, in these little loopy things. And yeah, I mean, it was just the idea that, you know, you could see it with your own eyes really easily, but you're watching the vapor trails, or whatever you want to call it, the impact, the you know, it's the thing is moving through is so sticky, you know, it creates all that kind of friction or whatever that allows there to be, you know, this blot, this thing left behind that you can see, and all that friction, of course, absorbs all the energy the particle has, and I guess that has to do with how it behaves and how it spirals into a death. But anyway, it was just sort of did have an impact on me. And it does sort of, to me, I mean, it seems clear there's particles here, there's some kind of, but whatever. I mean, no one has to draw that conclusion. But it just seems, I'm sort of going to be glued a little bit to that kind of explanation of the universe, because it just seems really quite obvious, you know. But anyway, so next was swimming pool. I was thinking of that. And how, you know, you could probably use it as a metaphor. I mean, there's no quantum effect when the pool, it's just flat. You know, the water's nice and flat. And if you start swimming, you start diving in, you start adding all this momentum and choppiness to the water. And it's all you. You know, if you're just the only person, it's all you. It's just every impact, every movement you've done through the water, you've created all this complexity. And but you know, there's no way you could redo it. There's no way you could look at it and say, well, I'm going to dissect it, take it apart, and reconstruct it, and see where everything. I mean, there's a way, but I'm just saying it just has a gross appearance of such complexity. There's no way you could do that. And I would argue that that's something like our brain probably is, that it's really hard to pick it apart. You know, now that everything's mixed up in there. But I really think you can, to some extent, see the bigger patterns, you know, the dominant themes that run through you, and see how controlled you are by some sort of personal experience, like my little particle thing that impacted me and created an idea or a focus or you know, a dominant perception that's not going to be easily destroyed or eliminated or wiped out, because it created a moment of clarity. And so anyway, Pyro's used the words, he's like, you can work on, you know, your brain, or you can work on you, and this idea of work, and it just denies that what all that would be made out of is you'd have to have that notion, that idea first would have to exist, the sense of a need to do it, the perception of a need, and all those are part of the deterministic web. They've got to be brought to you first, the agenda, the will, the want, the desire, all that stuff, and it just doesn't, you just can't, there's no room for this free part, there's no room for some sort of activity or agenda or desire or want beyond what you put in there as ingredients to the cake, so to speak. We are the product of a you know, a recipe of life experience, however you want to put it. Well, son, sorry about that. That was dumb. So this probably didn't need to be high definition, because you know, there's nothing to highly define. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm having one of those. It's kind of a soft evening, but you know, hot day, and yeah, I am just beat. You know, I'm just beat. So, but whatever. Tomorrow's another day. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. It's not really a charming thought. I can highly define some bugs flying around, but you probably can't see those. But anyway, so till the next time and such.